Good morning. It's about 6:30 right now. Got my drone headset, coffee. I forgot my bottle of water, but I guess we'll just make do without. We're gonna go get a field sprayed. Try to. Well, that was a pretty abrupt ending. I walked into the shop. I turned on the pump so I could agitate the chemical, and there was chemical spewing out of the tank. I guess the lid is not, the ring that the lid attaches to is not sealed to the tank all that well, so I'll have to attempt to tighten that back down, or throw a bead of caulk around it, I suppose. We'll see. But I'm headed to the field now. I think I got in I went to see my family at a horse show yesterday, and I got home at 1 o'clock, and then I got some things staged for today, like I got chemical set up, and I didn't get to bed till 2 o'clock, and I probably didn't fall asleep till 2:30, and I woke up at 6. Oh, I feel it. Boy, do I feel it. So I'm going to pull in the field here and unfold this puppy. Shake it around a little bit. Hanging still, I like it. Go check out that lid now that I can get to it a little bit easier. Spraying this field is my most nerve-wracking field every single year, and I fight the wind in this field every single year. That's why I got up at 6 o'clock in the morning to come out here and spray, because now the wind's picking up. We're supposed to get a 16-mile-an-hour wind. Now that field across the road, that's the last one I have to spray. That one, if we have a higher wind, no big deal. There's nothing around it. Nothing. Grass, swamp. So if that one gets a little windier, it's fine. I can keep going. But this one, I have the neighbor's corn, and I have the neighbor's corn. And they're each different neighbors. And I try to keep in good graces with my neighbors, because you never know when you're gonna need a neighbor. And I don't want them to feel like they can't talk to me either. I want to be able to, you know, talk to my neighbors and not, you know, hate each other. So this one, we get along really good. That one, we're okay, I guess. That's a little bit bigger of a farm, and it gets iffy some years. This neighbor and I, we both grow enlist soybeans, and he's on a corn soybean rotation, and I'm on a soybean wheat rotation on this field. And we end up having enlist soybeans on the same year. So we always kind of, I always hang the boom a couple feet over his beans, but I always ask before I do that, like, hey, are they enlist? Yep. So I always hang the boom over a couple feet, and I'm pretty sure he hangs his boom over a couple feet, and we keep the line clean. It looks nice. That one we've had, last year they had edible beans. The year before that they had corn, and this year they have corn. Oh, what's this crap? Thistle? No, it's gonna die today. I see that. So I left about a foot buffer on each side just to make sure, because the wind did pick up a little bit, and it's a north. I think it's a northwest wind, so it's coming from that way, and I had to spray a line coming this way, so I left a couple feet without spraying. So it is what it is. If the weeds get that bad, I'll go out there with a hand sprayer and do it up quick. I don't think they will, but you never know. So I'm just making a round back and forth here, and then I'm gonna go fill up, because I think by the time I get back, I should be running pretty close to dry. I enjoy spraying, I really do. It's kind of satisfying. It's faster. I don't like the chemical. I put an activated carbon? Charcoal? One or the other. Filter in this tractor because I started it and the chemical smell hit me. I was like, no, I can't do that. So I went and bought a new filter. It's quite expensive though. I mean, it's probably worth it to have good lungs, but expensive. Man, look at this wheat. It's too tall to be spraying. But here we are, we're doing her. One thing I've noticed, just sitting in the cab here, is, I'm gonna set you over here. You can watch me and you can watch the sprayer. One thing I've noticed is a lot of pigeon grass. So when I say pigeon grass, we're talking like foxtail. Yeah, that's the main one, I guess, that we fight with is foxtail, green foxtail. And it's pretty thick. I'm not gonna lie. I've seen pigeon grass this bad. It was pretty bad last year, but when I hit it with the soybean chemical, that kind of took it all. So I don't know. It just keeps coming back. I don't know, maybe it's weird. I don't know. I thought about working the ground a little bit deeper, maybe burying the weed seeds. I don't really like the thought of doing that either. Alrighty, let's see here. My right hand side. Turn. for this egg leader stuff, and I can't get it to work. But I got kind of in a crunch, so I need to call the guy. But I think I'll wait until after I'm done with the wheat when I have some time. It's supposed to, for like John Deere to Raven controllers, they have a cord that basically plugs into the back of the screen and it plugs into the controller, and it gives you a coverage map as you do stuff. Well, this one doesn't give you a coverage map as you do stuff. It just covers the whole 90 feet, which not a big deal. I can figure that out just fine. But it'd be really nice to have the mapping. So, you know, whenever I turn this on and off, the map turns on and off. I got some other stuff I'm going to mix in the tank. It's called Invita, and it's nitrogen fixing bugs, I'll call it. I'll say bugs. So I'm going to spray that on the rest of this field, and we're going to see if it makes a difference or not. I don't know, that wind's starting to pick up. We'll see. We'll see how far we get. So I came from a self-propelled sprayer, and now that I've had experience with this pull type in the tractor versus that rogator, I want to talk about it. I want to talk about my experience, because I look at it as how fortunate was I that I got to learn in a self-propelled sprayer that I owned. You know, it wasn't one that I worked for, one that I rented. It was one that I owned, and it was great. And I thought maybe this is spoiling myself a little too much, because if I ever do have a pull type, then I, you know, probably hate it. But I'm going to be completely honest, I like this setup way more than that rogator. I think that the end rows are much easier to turn on. The edges, spraying the ring around the field is a little more of a challenge, but I kind of expected that, having a hinge point in the middle. Overall, this tractor is way more comfortable than the rogator ever was. Air conditioning works great. I mean, it did in the rogator until I replaced the air conditioning belt, then it didn't work. Which the guy that bought it, I told him, I said I replaced the belt and the air conditioning quit working, so I think I just didn't get it tight enough. But I never did. You had to take the hood off to get to it. So the sprayer works really good. I really like this sprayer. I wish it had more sections. I'm debating if I want to, because I really like the sprayer, but I'm debating if I want to add more sections or just wait and purchase a bigger sprayer. I was going through a ditch, I had to watch the move, and go to a bigger sprayer. I'm not sure yet. I have no idea. I'm still kind of tossing that around. Adding sections, it's a lot of rigmarole, it's a lot of plumbing, and it's kind of expensive. I have to add 3 more of those black blocks back there, which they don't make that style anymore, so I'd have to get a different look. I think it might look goofy. And 3 sections for me this year has worked fine. I can't complain. I also think I was concerned about the tractor being too heavy. But when I get out and look between the tractor and the sprayer, I'm not leaving any sort of compaction at all. I'm very impressed. to be flying drone, but I did it. Went really good. So I flew it. I took some videos, so that'll be cool. That'll be really cool, I think. I'm downloading them on my phone right now so I can make a reel, because I'm just learning how to do that. So if you're bored, you could give our Facebook page and our Instagram page a like. Instagram is TK Visser Farms and Facebook is TNK Visser Farms. Go give her a thumbs up. We tend to post a lot more on there. It's just easier to post on there than it is to make a whole YouTube video. So we tend to post on there a lot more often than on YouTube. But we're just going back and forth. I think I'm gonna end the video. I'm gonna quit after this field, I think. It's just getting too western out here. A little too windy for the likes of me. I was considering running to Fargo and getting a pump, but I drained the bowl on my existing pump and I gave her a sniff of ether. Don't you do that to me, Willis. I gave it a sniff. I'm having problems with one of the screens plugging. I didn't give the wrap it up enough time to agitate, so I think that's what's going on. I think I might stop and let it mix up a good bit more. But anyway, I drained the bowl on my pump and I the fuel tank was pretty well empty. So I drained the bowl, put fresh gas in it, and it ran like a dream. No problem. So no, I don't need a new pump. I don't need to do anything major either. So I'm really happy about that, because I didn't really feel like spending a couple $100 on a pump. I think water just got in the fuel. Sat outside a few times, many days last year. So I'm gonna end the video there. Got some drone video. I'm just gonna enjoy the day and spray this field anyway. See what I did there? Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.